Hello everyone, it's Sunday morning. I'm in the Tunstall Hills area of Sunderland, close to where I live, and I've come for a little wander because it's a place I think I've only ever been to 3 or 4 times in my entire 30 years of living in Sunderland. Edinburgh has its hills like Corstorphine, the Castle, Arthur's Seat and a few more, but Sunderland is a city of hills as well. Hambledon Hill, Hastings Hill, Tunstall Hills. Now, until a couple of years ago, I just thought there was one hill, even though I drive past here all the time. There's actually 2. There's this one, which we're going to go up today, which is Green Hill, and there's also Rocky Hill, which is just to the rear of it. So I'd never realised that when people used to say the Tunstall Hills, this is what they meant. Now, it's been so long, I can't actually remember where the entrance is on this particular one. Assuming it's down. I'm sure I came down here a few years ago. It looks down here, but picked a really good day to come up here because it's a bit cloudy, a bit dark. Whereas on a good day, you probably will be able to see today. You can see right down to North Yorkshire. You can see right up into Northumberland and across to County Durham. So I'm guessing this is it. Looks a bit more overgrown than I remember. I'm still recovering from yesterday. I was going to get up dead early this morning, but I was still celebrating losing my car this week. I think I've come up a dead end here, actually. See what I mean? Dead end. Just had a marathon, or Snickers if you're a bit older, a bit younger than me. It's the first thing I've eaten since I had that meal at Cy King's proper in Sheepfolds yesterday. It was absolutely beautiful. I need to go back again. Is this? This has got to be it. That can't be it. Me and my daughter came up here about 4 years ago one winter. We got stuck up on the hill because we hadn't realised it was an icy day. Oh God. Something's in there. Nah, it's not that. Sorry about this, we're going to have to go around the long way, but I did walk up there once before. But I'm out of breath already. It's beautiful on a sunny day from the top of up here. Look at that. Just reminds me of Sting, fields of gold. Or is it barley or wheat? I should have checked where the bloody entrance was. It's worth it. This is good exercise. This anyway. I've walked about 30 miles this week. Well, more than 30 miles this week. Sadly, I had to give up my car on Tuesday. I got it scrapped due to all the repairs and problems I've had with it. I got £29, 23p for the pleasure of that. So now I'm officially a pedestrian, which it's not going to stop me doing videos and stuff. It just means I've got to plan ahead, and there's loads of. That's why I haven't really been that far the last few months. If you notice, back in the day, I could just shoot up to County Durham, up Northumberland, and head all over the place. Whereas now, I've either got to walk if it's within about 2 miles of where I live down in Ashbrook, or plan ahead and probably get a bus or metro, which I still will do. Oh, here we are. So there'll still be plenty more graveyards I can go and get to visit. And I believe I'm up to Barnard Castle this afternoon, getting a lift up, so there'll be some random videos. I actually find places like this more intimidating than graveyards and cemeteries. Hear the wildlife. Hopefully get a good view from the top. But this is probably one of Sunderland's oldest burial grounds. Now the problem is, back in the Victorian times and Georgian times, if there's any articles referring to this particular place, they just say the Tunstall Hills. They never actually distinguish between Rocky Hill and Green Hill. So on several occasions human remains have been found, and by that I mean ancient human remains. We're talking like back to Roman times and probably earlier. I think we're at the top here. I'm not coming back down this way because this is so steep. You couldn't believe I've done 3 Great North runs, could you? Climbing up this hill. Now, that's why it's worthwhile coming up here. From here, you can see across to North Shields, Wall's End, even better from the top, and you can actually see into St James's Park. Obviously, if you had a decent camera, it's even much better. There's Pension Monument in the distance, so where I'm pointing towards the camera now is over Silksworth. There's Sainsbury's in the distance. It's quite steep, but you don't have to come up this way. There is other routes around the back. You can even get your car up to one side and walk up. But we're nearly there. Oh, it's nearly a year, I think August the 20th, since I started doing the channel. So I want to do the Pennywell as like the big one for the anniversary. But it means I have to get up early and get the bus up Pennywell. And there we are. Top of Green Hill. What a view. So if we look over there, there's the North Sea. We're pointing towards Grangetown. So if I scan round, there's Hendon, the docks, the old East End, which was Sunderland. You can see Monk Wearmouth. And you can see across towards Clean. Right along the North Tyneside. And then, as I scan round, where I'm pointing, far in the distance, probably about 13 miles away, I can see St James Park. And then if you go around to the side, you're off towards Gateshead and towards the Angel. But on a good day, you can see right up to Northumberland. I think it's at the, is it called the Cheviot? I think you can actually see that. But somebody's been digging. I think it was in the 1870s, it was one of the Queen Victoria Jubilees or something. They were doing a beacon on one of these hills. It doesn't mention which one, just says Tunstall Hills. And the guy who was doing it was digging down, and he came across burial remains. There was also some, I think, in the 1830s found, and then some around 1800. And remember, this place has not been excavated, so there could be lots more people laid to rest in undiscovered graves over here. There used to be football pitches apparently up here as well. There we go, I think that's, is it Hillview over there? There's a few rugby pitches, I think Ashbrook play there. There's the old Eye Infirmary. There is a zoom on this camera just for videos, but I haven't worked out how to do that yet. And one of the best views is, you probably won't be able to see it on here, but you can see right down to Redcar and Teesport, and then there's all the ships waiting to go into the Teesport over there, and you can see way down to the North Yorkshire coast towards Whitby and Scarborough on a good day. You can still see them in the distance. But that brings me on to something else. Back in the day, you could get a steamer from the South Dock in Hendon, which is directly towards the point where those tower blocks are, and instead of getting the train, you could actually get a steamer to London. I think it went once a week, and it stopped off at Scarborough on the way and then came back later in the week. And there's also one which went from the South Docks up to Leith in Edinburgh, one of my favourite places. Mind, I wouldn't have got on a bloody ship. There was one incident where that particular steamer, the captain, for some reason, he mistook the light for Rye over there as being in Hendon, so he actually ended up hitting into the coast, just probably where I'm pointing there. Luckily there was only one particular individual who died in that tragedy, but as it was close to shore, they were able to get lots of the people off, and apparently the women were in histrionics. So let's have a look over here. Oh, some wildflowers. I'm not too sure what the fauna is, what this particular fauna is. But that's Rocky Hill, because you can see they're named because of the rocks. That's a good view on the top. There's a trig point on the top of that. You get some great views from there as well. And then there's the allotments. Some of the people in there already. Must only be about 8:30 in the morning. I think we can go down this way without standing on any flowers. Carefully does it. There we go. Lovely place up here, so, and there's never that many people up here, so it's worth a little visit. So many decent places in Sunderland to go and pop to. There's a pension monument over there. Right, I'm going to end this video now because I've got to go home. I've got to pack my stuff. So thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this little trip up to Green Hill in the Tunstall Hills, then please give it a like, click on the subscribe, and it'll help grow the channel. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Take care.